Hey, so the penguin's saying, in addition to the examples we did in class, here's a few more for you. Let's find the measure of each acute angle in this picture. That's a 90-degree angle, so it's not acute, but these angles will both be acute. So, we know that the three angles of a triangle must always add up to 180. And if it's a right triangle, then these two angles must add up to 90. So the three interior angles add up to 180, or if it's a right triangle, then the two acute angles will always add up to 90. So 5x is 90, and dividing both sides by 5, x is 18. But they didn't say find x, they said find the measure of the acute angles. So the acute angles are 3x and 2x, or in other words, 54 degrees and 36 degrees. All right, now for the last example, we'll do them both. It's a really good idea that you watch this because we're going to ask you to do number 22 and 21. And students generally really seem to struggle with these types of word problems. Here we go. Let's find the measure of each acute angle in a right triangle. That's what we're looking for in a right triangle. Let's go ahead and draw a picture. Math teachers are huge fans of drawing pictures. So, a right triangle looks like this. I don't really know exactly what the shape is, but I know that there's a right angle in it. And we've got some acute angles. These will be our acute angles. All right, what do we know? The measure of one acute angle is, which will be the equal sign, 3 times the sum of something. What are we summing? The other angle and the number 8. All right, these are our two acute angles. So one of them, let's say this one, is, and the word is equals 3 times, and this represents 3 times. And what is 3 being multiplied by? The sum of something. Sum of what? The other angle and 8. So here's 3 times the sum of the other angle and 8. Well, what's the other angle? We don't know. So that's where we'll let the other angle just be x. All right, let's review that. So one acute angle, we'll say this pink one, is equals to 3 times something in yellow. 3 times something in yellow. What are we multiplying 3 by? The sum, which is adding, of the other angle and 8. So there's the other angle and 8. All right, so these are the expressions for our acute angles, and we know that this angle plus 90 is 180. Or our two acute angles added together equal 90. All right, let's do the algebra. It's 3x plus 3 times 8. X and 3x is 4x. If we subtract 24 from the left, then we have to subtract it from the right. And then when we divide both sides by 4, x is equal to 16.5. We're not done because they asked us to find the measure of the acute angles, which are x and 3 times x plus 8. So one of the angles is 16.5 degrees because x is 16.5. And the other angle is 3 times 16.5 plus 8, which is 3 times 24.5, which is 73.5 degrees. All right, let's do this one more time with number 24. So once again, we have a right triangle. These are the acute angles, that's the right angle. Okay, the measure of one acute angle is, so we'll say this acute angle is equal to twice something. And twice of what? Twice of the difference, which is a subtraction problem. And what are we subtracting? We're subtracting the difference of the measure of the other angle and 12. So the other angle, we haven't defined it yet. We don't know what it is. We'll let it be x. And there's our setup. So the measure of this acute angle is twice of a difference between the other angle and 12. x and 12. All right, so these three angles add up to 180, or since this is already 90, our two acute angles add up to 90. The x degrees and the 2 times x minus 12 degrees add up to 90. So we have x plus 2 times x minus 2 times 12. Combine our like terms. X plus 2x is 3x. Let's add 24 to the left. We'll also add 24 to the right. And then we'll divide the left side by 3, and we'll divide the right side by 3. Now remember, just because we solve the equation doesn't necessarily mean we're done. We're supposed to find the measure of the acute angles, which are these pink ones. So one of the measures is 38 degrees, x, and the other one is 2 times 38 minus 12. And you can substitute 38 in for x and do all the work, or you can just say, well, if that's 38, we know they add up to 90, so 90 minus 38 is 52. All right, hope that helps.